It was honestly a dream, something I've been dreaming since I was 3 years old. So
I know Joe just asked about, but why do you take so much pride in being a pass protected blocker, and why is that so important?
I feel like just because it's something that you need to do to play running back at the highest level you can. Being protective that way, working on your details, being ins and outs in that way. So I feel like, and also you're protecting a 50 million plus quarterback. That's going to be lovely as well too. A guy that can't get hit, a guy that you need to extend plays, and you need him for the whole year. So.
What's it like knowing that you got Joe Burrow as a quarterback, not just to block more, but also to be an asset for an offense?
Yeah, man. The offensive weapons we got straight dogs in my opinion. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Joe Burrow, Chase Brown, Samaje. Those guys, those veteran guys in the offensive room. They're dogs, man. They play this game at the highest level, and I just want to join them and just be a part of that.
Have you heard from any of them? Have you talked with them?
I've talked to Chase Brown a little bit just after draft day. He just told me let's go and just congrats on getting drafted to us, and can't wait to meet him in person and acclimate in the room. So it's been fun.
What kind of feeling is it, or is it even surreal to be joining an offense led by Joe Burrow?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's first and foremost, it's a blessing, and then it's just a great feeling. Walking out the locker room, you see Jamar and Joe Burrow's locker every time, and then my locker mate is Samaje Perine. Like that's actually somebody I not grew up with, but I knew back home. We kind of from the same area, so I knew what he was about, and when he went to Oklahoma and all his accolades and stuff. So it's been great, man. And great to just come here and just being in the city and just being how Cincy is a great lovable environment.
You've had a very consistent career at Texas Tech.
Yes, sir.
Back-to-back 1,500-yard seasons.
Yes, sir.
How big of a deal is that in terms of bringing consistency from college level to the NFL?
It's a lot. I feel like you got to be consistent. That's the name of the game. Coaches, I feel like if you do stuff at the consistent level, at a consistent rate, I feel like your play match is gonna play. You're gonna match your play intensity every time you touch the field. So I feel like being consistent is something that's in my game, something that I proved to coaches in my college and high school career. But now it's just starting to prove them in the NFL in my pro career.
Did you ever grow up going to any Samajes? I know Manor and Pflugerville's not that far. Like, did you end up going to those?
No, I didn't. But my uncle, he actually went to LBJ High School, so he didn't really get to play against him. So it was I actually grew up. I didn't watch him, but I've seen his stats, and man, his stats are pretty ridiculous.
Do you remember the first time you watched like Joe? Because I don't know, how old were you when LSU won the title? Back then,
I was. They won it in 2019. Is that correct? I was sophomore year of high school.
Okay.
So yeah, I watched it. Yeah, so it was no, not sophomore. Excuse me. I was a junior in high school.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So I watched them. It was man. That team was unstoppable. I feel like they had like 20-something draft picks from that team, something like that. Man, that team was crazy. So.
What was your reason for coming back last season? I mean, most people after the season you had in 2023 over 1,000 rushing yards. Some people would have come out and gone into the draft then. Why did you want to come back to play that final season?
I feel like as a team, we wanted to prove that we can win 8 games consistently, and then I also came back because I'm the all-time leading rusher for Texas Tech history. That's one of my goals, my personal goals, and then just going back as a better leader, a more vocal leader, more vocal guy that's gonna talk. Is not gonna take any BS and things like that from his teammates, and just encourage, be positive and things like that. So that's why I decided to come back for another year.
You went from being the guy at Texas Tech, now you have to kind of reset the mindset and compete for that job once again. How is it to reset that mindset for you?
It's amazing. It's a blessing because, man, I got drafted. That's something like I said, I've been dreaming since I was a little kid, and, just taking every step as a way. Being grateful to be in this moment, being grateful to be in this position, because a lot of guys don't get to be in this position that I am in. So taking each and every day ins and outs, so it's been fun.
What do you remember about that game last year against the Bearcats?
I remember a lot, man. It's crazy. One of my friends, Coy Connor, that's one of I actually played in the Shrine Bowl with him, and I'm glad he got his opportunity at the 49ers. So it's been cool. So, but man, it was a great game. It was actually pretty close towards the end, but my guy AJ McCarty had an interception that kind of sealed the game with a little missed field goal. So it was good. It was a great game for me, though.
How do you know Corey, and what is your all's relationship like?
We actually played in the Shrine Bowl together. It was a great relationship. We were actually roommates. So we talked to each other, learned the playbook from the Shrine Bowl, and it was pretty good. It was a pretty good environment, man. Pretty great, a great guy that's gonna come in and work his butt off. So I'm great he got the opportunity.
Have you talked to him at all since being drafted?
I talked to him a little bit. Just I asked him how's Cincy, how's the city like. He's like, man, you gonna love it. So I was like, I can't wait to be down here.
Did he give you any suggestions when you get to town?
He told me eating spot. I forgot. It's a steak spot out here. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice and well. So I might go check that out probably this weekend.
What do you think of the playbook? When you
you started to dive in? I know it's still early, but dive into the NFL playbook.
It's not that hard, to be honest, man. It's something that's been cruising. Somebody that's just been going through me, just watching my iPad more, taking a little bit of notes. Like what I do, I take notes all the time. So I'm taking notes literally and just watching my playbook and watching videos of just things that I need to do. Just watching the pros do it at a high level, watching the pre-games and watching the protections and things like that. So it hasn't been that difficult.
Do you think that's a really good sign, considering the fact that it's coming naturally and you feel comfortable with it that quickly?
Yes, ma'am. Excuse me. Yes, sir. I feel like it's coming definitely easy for me because it's nothing. Just the terminology part is probably gonna be different. But once you know like numbers and knowing like where you got to go and just the little things, I feel like once you be with the veteran, it's kind of gonna click, and then everything's gonna be more like now you got to buckle down. You got to be more detailed with your steps and things like that. So
there's a lot of guys with unique skill sets in that running back room.
Mm-hmm.
How do